Scream Fortress 10, a special number, a big and impactful number, 10, and yet for such an important, significant milestone, there just isn't any effort put into it. Let's dive straight into the update notes and talk about why I feel that Team Fortress 10 really does suck. I'm gonna gloss over all the things quickly that were added in the Scream Fortress update, and then we're gonna analyze them afterwards and talk about the update overall. Number 1, the 5 new community maps. Now look, I'm all for new maps. I've always been into the community pouring its heart out and soul into making content for this game. That being said, I have to actually give credit to this part. These 5 maps actually look fairly unique in their layouts and designs. They have the standard Halloween themes, but take them to new levels, which is actually pretty interesting, and the Monster Mash map particularly looks pretty good. Number 2, the Violet Vermin and Warpaint case. The addition of the cosmetic case means that Valve has again taken from the community's creative thinking and added it into their game. A handful of these look pretty unique, especially the Fat Demo Man. Other than that, I just don't see much of an appeal to it. They look kind of, I don't want to say uninspired, but just not too special. One thing I do have to admit though is that I love seeing new unusuals hit this scene. It's pretty interesting. It's always a treat. The Warpaint case isn't too interesting to me at all though, I have to be honest, and neither have skins ever been, for that matter. It's always nice to throw some personal flair on a weapon and to make it even more unique, but sometimes Valve just goes a little overboard and it doesn't fit in the theme all that well. They just don't add much to the experience of the game, and they just feel out of place comparatively for the artwork. Number 3, 2 new taunts, the Soldier's Tankard taunt and the Scout's Scooter. These taunts are, in my opinion, both out of style and very lazy taunts, and I will elaborate on them soon. They're not harming anyone. They just feel so weird, like some unofficial third-party mod taunt, you know? Number 4, fucking contracts. It's something to do and that's great. Rewards are cool for doing them, but it's just so bland. They've slapped some chores into the game and called it a Scream Fortress event. It just kind of feels lazy that way, and that word's gonna get said a lot. Lazy. Number 5, recycling. Continue last year's events by collecting the souls of dead players in your gargoyle. Yay. We literally do the same thing, and have done the same thing, for the 5th year in a row. There's no major flagship event, it's just chores again. Okay, so that was just a gist of the majority, or the major things that were added into this update. And now let me tell you why I think this sucks. Notice how the list was fairly short, aside from the actual patch notes and maybe one more thing? That's because I think the update was just lazy. The taunts are lazy, the contracts are lazy, recycling in Scream Fortress is lazy. There isn't even a comic for this update. I mean, granted, not every update gets a comic, but I mean, come on. It's just been a bargain bin haul from the community chest that Valve wrapped in a bow and pretended didn't just come out from the bargain bin. I mean, look at these taunts for example. Watch the soldier's mouth, please. Now look at the entire soldier. He's carting around in a stupid little tank, and I mean, just look at him. Now look at the scout. He's just sitting on a scooter. Now this isn't inherently bad. Taunts like these, after all, I mean, we had bumper cars, but these two are the only taunts we get this update. One feels unpolished and one feels extremely lazy and simple, and they just both feel too silly and out of place for the atmosphere of the game. And I get that the game's become more and more silly and not so serious, but I mean, the game slowly went from a more serious and funny action game where most of the focus was the gameplay to a taunt showcase with wacky animations and hats. I don't know, call it nitpicking, but it just feels like crap tossed together for people to throw their money at and laugh at for like 2 days. The contracts. I admit that the contracts over time have gotten more difficult and unique, in a nice way, in a good way. They went from basics like just dealing damage to specific actions and types of kills, when the purpose of the contract was to accompany Miss Pauling and her specifically themed update. This wasn't bad at all. But when you just start slapping it into Scream Fortress, a totally different atmosphere and event that usually has different game modes and different sorts of things going on, it just doesn't feel that unique. Busy work isn't too fun, and I get that it's just a game overall, and the game itself is just a pointless and mindless fun time to be had, but this is an entire community that Valve is directly handing this to. It feels like getting a cousin's hand-me-down sweater. It just doesn't feel like they tried, they just gave us the contracts again. We also didn't get a new boss. The last massively unique update was 2014, which was the Bonus Ducks. Bonus Ducks was 4 years ago. 4 years ago. That long ago. Ever since then, we've only gotten the revival of previous Scream Fortresses. The last actual boss we got was in 2012, and that's when Marasmus first came in. 2012 was when we got the Marasmus fight on Lakeside. That's not to say that not adding a boss makes the update bad, or that not adding some insane, stupid twist makes it bad, but they literally have just added nothing mechanically new. They just give us the new maps and some costumes to play with, and it's the exact same thing over and over again. We didn't even get a little comic, like I said. It's just our last Scream Fortress was the exact same thing. Do you guys remember that? It was just during the Pyro update. They just enabled the Halloween. Okay, look, this whole update just sucks because both Valve themselves don't have any resources in the TF team, and they just shoveled all the crap in our faces. From sources that even Valve News Network has cited, the actual team count can be counted on your fingers and toes. That's when people are working on this game actively. A majority of the focus goes to CSGO and Dota. TF2 is their cash cow. It's their old cash cow, and they're milking it for what they can, but they know that they have bigger and stronger and more important cows to milk that need more hands. The absolute lack of effort is really kind of shameful for this update. I expected a little more love, especially for such a large event like the 10th anniversary of Scream Fortress. It's a good thing that they're reaching out to the community, don't get me wrong, and it's so amazing to see that things people make in their own home and work hard on end up in the official game and they get cuts from it, and it's cool to see new items and effects, but all of that is just that, cosmetic. I'll still enjoy the update, don't get me wrong, and all the silliness, but it just won't feel that special. It won't feel like it's something crafted with love and care. It's just Halloween again. I'll grab a silly costume and fight the same flying Devilman's eyeball, and that's why in my opinion the Scream Fortress 10 just sucks. It just sucks. But on a bright note, it's even better than 2017, which was literally just Eternoween turned on. Literally was just that. But anyways, please don't hate me. This is just my opinion. The updates, at least we got an update. I'm happy with that. You know, there's stuff to do. I'm enjoying it. I just kind of wish that there was more effort. That's all I'm really trying to say. Didn't want to seem like a downer. But anyways, what do you think? Am I right? Am I wrong? All feedback is appreciated, so just drop a comment down below. And I mean, if you want to go that far, and while you're at it, you can join the Discord. Down below, you can join the link and come chat with me. Send me a message and I'll definitely respond. And if you think I'm a half-decent guy, even though I just ranted like a baby over a fucking video game for a few minutes, drop a like. And even sub. But until the next video, guys, have a great Scream Fortress and Halloween. Take care.